Do I sound better if I talk like this? Or do I sound better if I talk like this? Or can you tell the
Hell
difference
nah,
either
go with
way?
one.
The first
No,
one.
the first. Yeah, you sounded fine the first time.
I no, George doesn't do that. George is like, oh, you want me to mic test? Oh, wow, yes, queen. Is it that is how we talk normally? Bitch.
When I want to.
No, you only talk like that when you mic check. You know that.
Exactly. Better with one or two.
I hate that test.
Two?
That is the most difficult test I have ever taken in my life.
See, no,
Alright.
but I always thought about that too. But you know the reason why they do that?
To trick you?
No, it's your stigmatism.
Oh. Welcome back, everybody, to the Peeps in a Podcast. The digression podcast. You know, because we can't stay on topic. Even though this week I think we have a good chance of staying on trend. Or not on trend, on topic. Because we're talking about something that we include in every single other one of our conversations up until this point, saying we'll do it next week, we'll do it next week. Well, next week is this week. And we're talking about tattoos and
Nice.
body modifications, but you know, mostly the tattoos part. Because I don't think any of us have any like weird piercings, right?
No,
Nope.
but I have opinions, let me tell you.
Oh, I thought you were about to say. Yo, I thought you were about
you
to.
had a penis. I was
Yeah,
about to get worried.
exactly.
Well, you
Like
guys
I
are
don't
both
have a body
thinking about
modification
penis.
piercing. I have a penis though.
I mean, you were just deep
Why?
throwing your microphone not too long ago, so.
Oh, well, shh, you're not supposed to tell people that.
Well.
Out of context, that sounds terrible. Even in context, that's not great.
No microphones were harmed in the creating of this podcast.
all microphones are consenting.
But why were the two least likely people to think about penises the two people who thought that I was going to say the word penis? Like, George is a straight man and Natalie is a gay woman. Like, why were you two the ones that was like, you were going to say penis?
Because they're the same person.
It
That's
literally
true. I
sounded like
forgot.
it. So
I forgot that they're both Capricorns.
Exactly.
Yo, this is like
And
the
that's what
sixth time
we're
this
gonna
shit
talk about
was
next
brought up.
week. But yes, see, maybe I jinxed it by saying that we were gonna stay on topic about tattoos because we've already left the freeway.
We swerved
If
away.
you know what I'm saying, we got off on the wrong exit.
We just like swerving, you know? I'm a woman, you know, I can't drive.
you're,
Oh
you're an
God!
Asian woman.
Whoa,
Yes.
An
Oh,
Asian
we all
woman.
fucked.
Whoa, George had to bring in race, okay? We're in the middle of a time, George.
Someone just
But it's
brought some
true. But
tea.
it's true. I barely can see over the steering wheel.
All right, so tattoos. We all have opinions, but only 2 out of the 4 of us actually have tattoos, and that would be me and Sierra, or Sierra and I, for want to be correct about it. That's literally what I thought when I said it. I was like, oh, my mom's gonna be like, no, no, no,
Wait,
no,
she doesn't
no.
know?
What?
Your mom doesn't know you have a tattoo?
Oh no, she does.
Oh.
No, I was gonna say because when I said that only me and Sierra have tattoos. You know that Spanish saying what's like el burro por delante.
Whoa, no.
I don't know what the rest of it was. George just said it.
Burro pa'lante para que no se espante.
What the
Yeah, so
fuck?
basically saying like you stupid if you put yourself first in a list, like you're supposed to go last.
I mean, the
Wow.
direct translation, it's, the donkey up front so you don't scare it away. But yeah, I guess.
Oh,
It
wow.
means you're dumb.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You're dumb.
But that's why I changed it because I was like, ah, dang it. But yeah, no, my mom does know I have tattoos. When I got my tattoo with Sierra,
Oh.
I told my mom. I was like, hey, mom, we're going to go to tattoo parlor. And she was like, don't get a tattoo. And I was like, but that's the point. And she's like, okay. And then when I got home, I showed her and she's like, she does this face. And I'm sorry for everybody listening that can't see me. But she does this face where she's like, okay. Like she knows she can't do anything about it, especially because it's already on my body. But like
Yeah.
I'm also an adult, so she's like at least I think for her it's kind of like at least she told me.
Or at
She
least it's
told
not
me.
okay,
Like it could be worse.
Wait, is your
But yeah, I have 3 tattoos. I have 2 on my ribs and 1 on my wrist. Sierra, we're matched, no?
What? No.
You got her back tat.
I know, but she's got her hip tattoo, her back tattoo, and her arm tattoo. That's
Oh,
3.
you mean in numbers we're matched? Yeah, we have the same amount of tattoos. I thought you meant in the place. I was like, the rib tattoo is the least place I want a tattoo.
I was about to say, yeah, not in the same place.
No, I meant the number. Come on, guys. But yeah, I have. Well, if you want to go through, somebody ask you about my tattoos, and I'll answer.
Okay. Anna,
Yes.
what tattoos did you get, and what's your favorite tattoo?
Oh my god, thank you for asking. I got my first tattoo when I was 19, and it was part of a sibling tattoo, which honestly, it got exhausting explaining. Like anytime somebody would be like sort of see it, they're like, "Oh, what's on? What's that?" And then I'd have to explain to it. I'm like, "Oh, it's one part of 4. It's a sentence from Harry Potter, and this is the sentence." So it's like it's an incomplete sibling tattoo because my oldest sister Carla, yes, I'm talking to you if you're listening. You a chicken pants, but she has yet to get her part. But I heard,
No.
yeah, it's been years. Literally, it's
No.
been 6 years since I got mine,
Oh man.
and but yeah, mine says we are divided because the sentence is we are only as strong as we are united, as weak as we are divided. So all of my siblings have it except for my oldest sibling, and she's the one that starts the sentence because we did it from like oldest to youngest.
So then without her tattoo, what's the phrase so far?
As we are united, as weak as we are divided.
Huh.
Almost there.
Almost,
It
yeah.
like sort of
It's
makes sense,
almost,
but like
yeah.
not really. But it's funny because my oldest sister, she has all these ideas for tattoos she wants, and I'm like, but are you gonna get them? Because she's scared of needles. Like I think the tattoo, she has one tattoo on her wrist. And she said it hurt so badly because the tattoo artist was like, okay, relax your arm. But she just like kept it in a fist the entire
Oh
time.
no.
So obviously that hurts more because it's like, your arm is flexed and like your tendons start to pop out.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she'll ever get it, but I guess we'll find out. But yeah,
To be
that was my
honest with
first
you,
tattoo.
the wrist is kind of like a painful area, I think. Also, you can watch it happen, and watching a tattoo happen is like sometimes better, but sometimes not better.
Speaking of wrist tattoo, that was my second tattoo. I also have one on my wrist. But like my sister has it like more toward like her forearm. But mine's like actually on my wrist, like right underneath my hand. And it's my mom's initials in her handwriting. And I kid you not, this was the most painful tattoo I've gotten, but it was also the quickest. I was like in and out in 10 minutes.
Damn.
And it looks so good. This one is my favorite tattoo by far. Because it represents my mommy. Hi mom. I think this is the one she hates the least too because it's like directly related to her.
Isn't it in her handwriting?
It is, yeah, and it's like literally the guy who did it. I think his name was Tony. In oh crap, it was Jinx Proof. Yeah, the shop was called Jinx Proof Tattooing or something like that. It was on M Street up in DC, or I guess it's technically Maryland. But if you're from the DMV area, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, that was the second tattoo I got, and then my third tattoo I got with Sierra. Oh, so cute.
That me.
Thank you. Yeah, we got Well, Sarah, I'll let you talk about your tattoos, and then you can talk about our sort of matching tattoos. So, what was your
Okay.
first tattoo, Sierra? Oh my God, this was your first tattoo.
Yes, that was my first tattoo. Um, it's a Harry Potter tattoo, right? It was kind of like weird because like we like I guess we did think about it, but we didn't really think about it. Like we had always had this thing where we were like, yeah, we want to get a tattoo together, like it's got to be cool, like that's going to be awesome, but we never really thought about it past that. And then I can't remember, I think what were you leaving for college?
No, I was already in college,
Right?
but
You were
I
just leaving
remember
for
that we
good?
were at your house and we were coloring because we were
Yeah.
adults. But we were just hanging out, and I think I suggest this all the time. I'm like, let's go get tattoos. Nobody says yes, and then you said yes, and I was like, all right, let's do it. And then we started looking up shops and like thinking about things that we would get, and we landed on this paw prints idea.
I'm pretty sure that like I didn't even tell my mom. Or did I text her on the way? Because I know she was on vacation going like on a cruise or somewhere. She was getting ready to go somewhere. And I was just like, hey, what if I got a tattoo? Like, I think I told her after. And then I texted her, hey, what if I got a tattoo? Like, knowingly with the tattoo on my body. And she was
It's
just
too
like,
late already.
she's like, well, I guess, like, as long as it's not dumb, like, you're 18, or I don't know how old I was,
We
like,
were 19.
19 or 20.
Hmm.
And they don't really care. Both my parents have tattoos, so it's like not that big of a deal, but they just don't want me like getting something dumb. Like, I don't know, I guess anything dumb or a bad one. Like they want me to go to like tattoo shops with like recognized people, like no street tats. My mom actually paid for my second tattoo. But anyways, I'm doing that digressing thing again. My first tattoo was with Anna. We picked this random place and I mean, we looked up their stars. That's what I mean by we kind of planned it, but we didn't. Like, we made sure they had a good rating, but it was just like a random tattoo artist. It was like 45 minutes before they closed. Like, and we just decided to go and we picked out paw prints. So it's a Harry Potter tattoo, but I have wolf prints and she has dog prints because in Harry Potter there's these two guys and I don't know how many of you guys like Harry Potter, but there's two guys and they're best friends and they do this Marauders map thing and they can turn into animals that has nothing to do with the map, but like they can turn into animals and my character's name, well his nickname was Mooney because he was a werewolf and he turned into a wolf and then the moon, so his name's Mooney. And then Anna's name, what was his name?
His name was Padfoot. Also, there were four marauders. They were a group of four friends, but we are only two people. So we just picked our two favorites.
Yeah, if anyone else wants to jump on this bandwagon, become my best friend, and then you can sign an application and do a form, and we can get you
Wait,
a
I can
tattoo.
do it. Once I move out of this house, I will fucking do it. What?
Natalie, you will have to watch all of the Harry Potter movies. I'm
I
not getting
will.
someone who has not read or all the books or watched all the movies. I'm not letting them get a Harry Potter tattoo. That's impossible.
You
I love
know I
Harry
Yeah.
Potter too
Natalie,
will.
much.
that sounded like application denied.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
seriously,
love
no,
Harry
you
Potter
don't
too
have to watch
much.
all the movies. You have to watch all the books for me to sign off on that.
Watch all of the books. Just look at them real hard.
Just
Oh,
Like
look at
shit!
they move around.
No! You know what I meant? I meant read all of the books. I have 3 through 6, so you could borrow them if you want.
I have all of
Yeah.
them.
You
I
have
have
all
all
of
of
them and you haven't read them yet.
No, they're actually in a set in the plastic. I mean, I've read
Disgrace.
all the Harry Potter books. I've read them all, and I've listened
Yeah.
to them on audio tape multiple times. But I have the set still wrapped in plastic, like because I don't want to mess it up. And I got it in my room.
Oh, I thought Natalie had the set.
No, 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 no.
No.
I got the
I
set. I
was
think
about to say, how do you have the books but not read them?
No, 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 no. I barely have
Oh,
any books to my name, honestly.
once you meet those very easy requirements, you can join our band. I don't really care. Do it. Do it.
we'll revisit your application in 3 to 6 months.
You
Well,
will
I
be
mean,
quizzed.
your two options for feet aren't even that good. You got a rat left and a deer. So
Technically,
you
it's a
can
Ooh.
pick.
stag.
It's a stag. It's a boy. Yeah,
Stags are cool.
stags
I don't
are
know if I
cool.
want to be a rat, honestly.
Oh yeah, no, and he's a betrayer. What's the word?
He's an actual rat.
Traitor?
Oh
Yeah,
no.
he's a traitor, a
Now I'm about to
betrayer. He's
be
an
a
actual rat.
snitch.
Yeah, he's not good. But anyways, dang, we keep digressing. That's why I didn't want to explain the whole book of Harry Potter. Okay, so she has a guy who turns into a wolf, right? So that's Padfoot because Pad's on
No,
the bottom of
you
the
have
feet.
the guy that turns into a
Oh
wolf.
fuck. Well,
Remus
I had the
Lupin,
explanation
that's
right. Just
Mooney, and I have Sirius Black, who turns into a big black dog, and his nickname is Padfoot. And ironically, or coincidentally enough, Sirius is my favorite Harry Potter character, and Remus Lupin is Sierra's favorite Harry Potter character, so it worked out.
it worked out perfect. Also, I'm really bad at explaining things. I'm so
Yep.
sorry. But on my hip, I have two little paw prints because that's how the map ties in. So I think it's whether they're humans or animals, their feet show up as the animal paw prints on the map. Um, wherever they go. And it's like a secret map. And that's why we got the two paw prints instead of like the outline of the animal or whatever. We got the two paw prints because the map is what kind of is a symbol of them being best friends. And then they can transfigure into animals. So we got their animal prints from the map on us. So that's cool. And Anna put hers right next to her Harry Potter quote. So it like goes together. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I have to add to that to make it like more of a cohesive piece, but I don't know how to do it because I was gonna do it with a snake because I'm a Slytherin, but then my mom was like, I would literally disown you, and I was like, I kind of like being owned by my mom. That
Yeah.
sounded weird.
Just put some of the stars, like the stars that by the chapters, you know, like the Harry Potter stars.
Yeah, I thought about that. I don't know.
Or maybe a snitch. They
I
do
don't know.
cute
I have to
snitches.
think of something.
Like it doesn't have to be a realistic looking. Anyways, we're gonna give you tattoo ideas. Um, my second tattoo, is that what I'm doing? I'm going in order of my tattoos.
Yeah,
Okay. Second
you're on the
tattoo.
roll.
Second tattoo I got was a geisha warrior. So like, I don't know if any of you guys know what geishas are, but it like Mulan vibes. Like basically geisha warriors were, I don't know if they were princesses, but they were girls in, I'm pretty sure it's Japan. Yeah, it's Japan.
Mulan
And
was
they,
from China. You
well,
racist.
I know, but like for people like they like, you know, Mulan, they think Asia and like geisha and in Asia and like
Not all
it's
Asian people are
basically
Chinese. Okay, I'm pretty
geishas
sure
were
people know what a
Chinese.
geisha
I'm
is.
pretty sure geishas were not Chinese. Were they?
Yeah, they were Japanese.
Yeah, they were Japanese. It's just Mulan in China, and she was the only one. But that's the difference. Is like in China, women weren't allowed to be warriors, and that's what that whole Mulan thing was about. She was like, "Oh, sex boundaries or whatever." What's I said that so bad. Not sex boundaries.
Six
That's, that
boundaries.
sounds like she's like not taking no for an answer. Like fuck consent. Like, but nah. Breaking gender stereotypes. There's the politically correct version of that.
There you
She's
go.
breaking gender stereotypes. But with the geisha warriors, they were actual like that's a real thing. Like in Japan, like back in the day, like women they were warriors and they would dress up in like their really pretty outfits and then they would just cut people's heads off. And like that was pretty cool. And so like it's basically this really pretty geisha girl looking over her shoulder, holding a katana in her hand, and I got it to like, well, first of all, I just saw it and I was like, wow, that's so pretty. That's like beautiful. I want that permanently on my body. And then after that, I was like, well, what is the meaning of this tattoo? And I kind of see it as like a reminder to stay strong and don't let people take your kindness for weakness. And I'm real bad at that, letting people take my kindness for weakness. So it kind of reminds me to, you know, be strong. And I got that done in Fort Lauderdale at what's the name of the place? True Love Tattoo. True Love Tattoo in Fort Lauderdale. If you want to hit them up, they got a lot of good artists. My artist name was Ash, and they are amazing. They also have an Etsy, and they make like I don't know ashtrays, bookmarks, earrings, like anything you want, and they're great. You should look them up. I think their name is Inkhex at Inkhex on Instagram. I'm not really sure, but my tattoo is amazing, so you should just hit them up. Any artist at that shop is really good, and they have lower minimums. If you live in Florida, they have lower minimums than like a lot of the shops in the area. Yes, that's my second tattoo.
When you said Etsy, I was like, how the hell do they sell tattoos on Etsy?
Nah, like you know how tattoo artists do that thing where like they always really have like a side business for art, like they either do drawings or paintings or stuff like she does that. She makes stickers and she does like earplugs and she just makes resin things. That's the word I couldn't think of. She makes resin things like glittery and like colorful and she does all these different things and that's how she makes side money when she's not tattooing.
Yeah, no, I know, I got what you meant, but at first I was like, what? So we got your first tattoo, your second tattoo. Honestly, when you showed us, or when you showed us slash told us you were gonna go get it, I was shook because I was like, first of all, it's big. Second of all, it was literally out of nowhere. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna go get a tattoo, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, I
So
was it
Oh
with
yeah.
she was
Oh, go ahead.
we were literally texting all day. I think I was away. Was that when I was in California or something?
Yeah, I think you were in California or maybe the Dominican Republic.
I think it was California. But yeah, we were just texting all day and then all of a sudden like at 6 p.m. she texted me, "So, I think I'm going to get my second tattoo of this. Send me like a sketch of it." And I was like, "What?" And then she's like, "Yeah, I'm on my way right now." I was like, "Oh fuck." She really like fucking went for it, dude.
Nah, I think I had mentioned wanting to get a tattoo, but I just never showed you what I wanted. But like it's because I wasn't going to get it like I saw this tattoo on her Instagram. Like I had followed her. Like I just follow random tattoo artists, especially local, because I like supporting like local people. And she always posts like things that she drew, and she's always like, if you want to get this tatted, like hit me up. I'll give you a good price. And like the price was like something not outrageous. Like I'm not gonna say it was outrageous. It was definitely the correct amount of money for the work, but I was just didn't have that amount of money. And so like 2 months passed by, and I kept seeing it like on it. Like it was like it was stalking me. I just kept seeing it. And I was just like, man, I really want this tattoo. And then she did a post where she was like, anything on my flash, I'm gonna have on sale for Black Friday. So like just book an appointment and I'll give you a good deal. And she gave me a superb deal. And actually also what made me get it was my mom actually paid for it, which was weird to juxtapose to what your mom does, Anna, which she's just like, I'm not gonna stop you, but like I'm not gonna support this. My mom was just like, "Oh, you need money? Oh, Christmas and your birthday is coming up. Oh, I'll get you that tattoo." And she just got it for me, which was like a blessing, and it was nice because it's one of my favorite tattoos.
It all worked out. But yeah, when I remember now when you told us and you're like, yeah, I'm doing it for the Black Friday sale. I was like, that's a terrible idea because flash sales always freak me out because I don't trust it. I'm like that they're generally like not good tattoos or they're just not good artists and it's just like a mess usually or they're just bad art. Like it's just like bad stickers almost. But yeah, yours was a very pleasant surprise. Like I was pleasantly surprised when I saw it.
Yeah, and it is kind of big. Like, I mean, I didn't measure it, but it's probably like a foot long by like 4 inches, 5 inches wide.
It is not a foot long.
You don't think that's like a $5 foot long? You don't think if you
Five
put a
dollar.
Subway sandwich up to my shoulder, it would be as long? Actually, now that I'm picturing a Subway sandwich up to my shoulder, I think it's not a foot.
I was gonna say it's like an iPhone length.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably like 7 inches.
A fucking foot long. What the hell?
Whoa, I can't see my back. So like all I know is that shit hurt like it was a foot long.
No, George has actually looked it up right now.
Yeah, I would say probably about like 7 or 8 inches.
It looks like an iPhone, right?
It's probably slightly bigger. Yeah.
Okay, maybe an iPhone Max.
iPhone Max.
iPhone Max, I'll take it.
And
And
your most recent tattoo is like you got it a couple weeks ago, no?
well, the color I got a couple weeks ago, but yeah, I got it probably like a month ago, and it's a mandala. I don't know how to say it. Mandala. I don't know. But
Mandela.
yeah, and it's super pretty, and I got it for basically free. I just tipped the person because actually one of my close friends, her name is Julie. Hey, shouts out to Julie at Julie's Tattoos on Instagram.
Is that the
Um,
same Julie that always is like, "Oh my God, they're back," and like shouts out our podcast and
oh
stuff?
yeah, that's Julie. Shouts out
Oh,
to Julie for shouting us out. Yeah,
oh, hey
boy.
Julie, I see you, girl.
Mm-hmm. And she's been doing henna like I don't know. I want to say her whole life, but like that's just because I've only known her since she was like 18. So like her whole life to me, she's been doing henna, and so she's like really good. Her specialty, I guess, like you know how tattoos pick like a style. Like she's gonna be doing like mandalas and stuff with like the chains and like all that stuff. So I got her to do a mandala because she just started tattooing probably like I don't know sometime this year. I don't keep tabs on her, like she's not my child. So but
Thank you for that disclaimer.
yeah, she's been doing tattoos for like just started this year, so I wanted to give her some practice. And like I'm the kind of person that doesn't really mind. Like I knew what I was getting myself into. It's kind of for the memory. Like you know, if it did end up being messed up, like I wouldn't mind because it's not about that. It's about the memory. But it came out really good, actually, and it's a flower mandala. Well, I think it's a flower mandala. It looks like a flower. So, and those are like a symbolism of like fresh starts, new beginnings, like positivity, like all that Buddhism stuff. And so it was really nice. And then I got it colored in 2 weeks ago. It's purple and yellow. I almost said it's my only color tattoo, but that's because I always forget about the one on my back because I never see it.
I feel like this is a big thing about back tattoos, and like Anna would say that too at first, because she's like, I don't really want to get it somewhere that I'm not gonna look at it. Like if I'm getting a tattoo, it's for me. It's not generally for everybody else, you know.
Mm.
That's
Yeah,
why technically my wrist tattoo is upside down because I wanted him to put it so I could read it with my arm down. But technically, it's supposed to anything on your arm is supposed to be upside down to you, so that when your arms are down, like anybody that's looking at you can see the image and it be right side up for them. But yeah, I remember he was gonna put the stencil on me upside down or upside down to me, so like the right way, and I was like, no, can you flip it? And he looks at me for a second. He's like, "Yeah, sure." But yeah, no, I've only recently like thought about potential tattoo ideas to put on my back. But yeah, all of my tattoos, if I'm looking at myself like dead on in a mirror, I can see them, and that's how I like it.
yeah, getting it on my back, like I fought for the placement, like with myself for like ever, like imagining, because like I said, I saw the tattoo way before, so I would always think about if I got it, where I would get it, and I was always thinking about where I would get it, and it's not that I really didn't want to put it on my back, that but there's like limited space to put a tattoo that large, and like I'm not a small person, but like my biceps are small, so like I wouldn't have been able to put it on my arms. I probably only would have been able to either put it on like the side of my calf or on my thigh or on my stomach or on my back. And I'm
You
first
could
of
have
all,
put
don't
it
even get me
on
started
your
about my stomach.
Put it on your
Yeah, I
stomach,
would.
like Conor McGregor.
Oh my god. The only thing I'd tat on my stomach is not regrets.
no regrets.
Yeah. So, and then plus also the whole back thing, that the reason why I finally decided on my back instead of on my thigh was because she's looking over her shoulder. So her looking over her shoulder kind of makes her look like she's looking over my shoulder too. And, it kind of plays with that whole thing where she's like supposed to be my protector and like making me strong and like stuff like that. So that's why I put it on my back.
She's got your back.
She's got my back, boy. And I remember I was super scared after getting it because back in the day, we used to do this thing. And it was back in the day, I mean, back in the day when we were all in college together. We used to do that Taco Tuesday thing. Do you guys remember?
Yeah.
And we used to always watch Tattoo Master or
Ink
Ink
Master?
Master.
Ink
Fuck.
Master.
Yeah, that's my bad.
She's
Hey,
like,
well, okay, no, I'll give it to her. Because it was always Ink Master and then Tattoo Nightmares. So I'll give
Yeah,
it to you that you were confusing both of the shows.
we used
she
to
was like
watch them
tattoo
back to back.
messiah.
Yeah, we used to watch them back to back, and that used to be basically, I mean, at least when the season was on, that used to be almost every Tuesday night we had. And Anna and George had watched every single like season basically, and they were like, they could have been a tattoo artist if they knew how to use a tattoo gun. So I was
And if I
really
could draw at
scared,
all.
like to show you guys. I was super scared, and then when I finally decided to show you, which like we had gotten drunk, like, and let me tell you about drunk people, they're brutally honest. So I'm sitting here drunk, about to show you my tattoo, thinking, fuck, if this thing is messed up, I'm gonna hear it. Because they're, first of all, they're gonna be honest, and second of all, they're drunk, so they're gonna be double honest. But you guys said it was okay. Like, I'm pretty sure it's like, I can't see it, but I'm pretty sure it's a-okay. It's 100% looking to the best of my standards. So
Yeah, I mean, if it was messed up, you never had to look at it. But no, I thought it was really good. Like it's more in like that Japanese style that is not my style, but like I can give credit where credit is due um for the work that it was. It was really good, and like I think I talk out of my ass a little bit and think I know more than I do because I watch those shows, but I am a stickler for like line work, and the line work on your tattoo is really clean. So I very much appreciate it. But it's funny that you bring up like that whole being afraid of getting a bad tattoo because that's literally my worst fear is getting a tattoo and it being wonky or like the color's not saturated properly because it's like you said, if it's messed up, I'm gonna know. And I get tattoos in like visible places. So I'm going to know and everybody else is going to know. And I actually had a dream about this like a couple days ago where I had a dream where I was getting this like blue mandala type thing, which first of all, I don't like mandalas. Those are not my cup of tea. I don't care how good the tattoo is. I don't like the design. No offense to you know that though, Sierra.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's not really about it's about what the person who gets it likes. So like you can just like the technical things and be like, yeah, that is a good tattoo, that is a bad tattoo. That doesn't mean that you have to like the design.
Yeah. But I was getting, like, in my dream, I was getting this blue mandala esque thing, which, first of all, I was like, that's how I knew it wasn't real because I would never do that. One, because it's a mandala, and two, because it's on my leg. Like, it was on my knee, basically. But,
Huh,
like,
that would
the,
hurt.
yeah. But, like, the artist I was talking to, I told him I wanted it on, like, my hip, but he did it on like the front of my thigh and then just did like a line drawing all the way down my right leg. And then it was like wonky, the lines were bad. It looked like you know how some parents get like their 3-year-olds drawing and tattoo it on themselves.
Yeah, I would
It
do
looked like
that.
that, and there were like a bunch of like cartoony, like kid drawn flowers everywhere, and I was like, "What the hell?" Like, one, I did not consent to basically getting an entire sleeve on my leg, an entire pant leg, and two, like, I would never okay these designs or this level of skill. And then he started like putting the stencil on my left leg, and I was like, "Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I barely wanted what you do to my right leg. I don't want you to continue on my left. Like, I did not give consent to this." But yeah,
Like
that's
I
one of my big fears.
I know that was a dream, but I think it's funny that like you waited until you said he was tattooing you, right?
Yeah.
You waited like he was tattooing you, and while he's tattooing you, you were just like, let's see where this goes. And then he got finished, and you were like, that's not what I wanted.
No, because I don't know. It's like the time passage was weird because like I couldn't feel the pain either. But like in my mind, I looked down and I saw the blue mandala thing, and then I like looked up and was talking to whoever it was with, and not a lot of time had passed. Like literally, maybe a couple minutes had passed, and I looked back down again, and my entire leg was tattooed.
That's a
So
really funny dream. I can't dream
Damn.
in that much detail. Or I don't know if I can't, but I just don't.
I can only dream in that much detail, right, George?
Sure.
Sometimes I'll wake
It's
up
all or nothing, really.
Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll be like, baby, I had a weird dream. And I'm like, these lemurs came out, and one of them was the rock. And then they all burst into flame. And then all of a sudden, the bathroom turned into the mall. And I was going and I was going to go get a pretzel, but there was a serpent behind the counter. But they gave me great customer service. And George would be like, yeah, I had a weird dream too. My car was purple. Yeah, but I think my fear of getting a bad tattoo is stopping me from getting more tattoos sometimes because I have so many ideas, but I like really have to sit there and I second guess every artist I see. And then I was gonna get a tattoo in March, like for sure, 100%. I had it all planned, and I was gonna call the guy and make an appointment, or like do a what's that thing?
Evaluation?
Not an evaluation, a consult. And
Consultation.
then coronavirus happened and everything closed, and I was like, God damn it! Like literally, I was gonna go get it done the week that everything shut down.
Hmm.
But it's interesting that again, another way that we are basically mirror images of ourselves, of each other in relationships, is like we both have tattoos, but neither of our paramours have tattoos. But George, you and
Paramours.
I have talked about like you wanted this entire elaborate thing on your arm. Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah, kinda.
Kinda.
It's like a clock or something like that with like
Guess he
fire.
didn't want it that bad.
And no, it was a while ago, to be honest, and I don't know why like I haven't done anything, to be honest. Like my parents, yeah, they don't like tattoos per se, but like if somebody else has them, like it doesn't stop them from appreciating art, you know. Especially my dad, that's pretty much what he studied like throughout high school and college. Like it was, art, different forms,
Really? I
but
didn't know that about your dad. That's crazy.
yeah.
Me neither.
He's
I
a
was
car
like,
guy.
that was
What is
so
he doing
intimidating.
painting? Like does he paint? Like what is that's crazy.
I mean, he I guess for the most part it was mostly like watercolors and sculptures. So he would also like sculpt like out of like either foam or clay.
Whoa.
So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, but I mean he knows how to draw. He's pretty much like who taught me how to draw. So which is why also when I draw out of nowhere or like I started sketching, like Anna's kind of like freaked out on like how good certain things come out. but it's because of that, you know.
Bro, you
It's not
draw?
He got it from his daddy.
But yeah, I mean, I had a few ideas and stuff like that, but I've never really followed through for no real reason other than like I don't know, maybe pure laziness or something.
I feel like you don't actually want to get tattoos. I feel like it's a good thought and like you would appreciate the art of it, but you don't want to commit to having it on your body for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and that could also very much be it, you know. So
Oh my god, he has commitment issues.
commitment issues. Sorry, I had to find that this way.
This will be our final podcast together.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't want to be like a pusher for you because sometimes, like, I remember that grandfather clock idea was like when we first started dating, and then I asked about it like years later, and you were like, I don't know, I guess you didn't give me a straight answer, so I was like, I'm not gonna be like a do it, get tattoos, do it now,
Yeah.
because that would just be wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Natalie wants tattoos.
like actually,
Yeah.
Oh
or do you
yeah.
want tattoos like George wants tattoos?
No. She actually wants tattoos.
Yeah, I even like sketched out a few tattoos like over the years. Like since high school, like I've been wanting a tattoo, but my mom specifically has been telling me like if you ever get a tattoo and I see it, I'll disown you. That like my parents are so traditional and uh you know, they have that outlook of like tattoos and body modifications as being like sinful. I don't know what their really their reasoning is. They just believe they look really ugly or something. But that's not what they wish for me. So me living in my parents' house right now, getting a tattoo is not like on my radar. But maybe once like I start living my life on my own and stuff, I already have like 3 tattoo ideas in mind and like where I'm gonna put them. It's just I can't right now. But yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like more so that ideology does come a lot with when people have parents that are Caribbean, most say,
Oh yeah.
because like my parents being Puerto Rican, your parents being Dominican, like I feel like we see a lot of that, and it's either you have both ends of the spectrum. You either have the people who really don't care, or you have the other people who seriously care about what you do with it.
Yeah, for
So,
real. It freaking
and
sucks.
like my cousin, for example, my cousin got every single one of his tattoos. He has like 3 or 4 of them. He got them all just on a whim. Like he went out and came back, and then he had a tattoo. Didn't tell anybody. So
Michael?
yeah.
Oh.
So you already
Oh,
know that
Michael.
Michael like came back and he had like a Batman tattoo and like a shark and then a wolf on his wrist and he has something else too.
Doesn't even alien.
I
The
think so.
shark and the wolf looks wild. I like those tattoos.
Yeah, he showed
Yeah,
me.
the shark is like
He
a
showed
tribal
me.
kind of shark.
Yeah, the
But
tribal shark looks dope.
Yeah.
I don't remember his tattoos. Oh my god, I don't think I looked at your cousin that much.
I just remember because we got drunk and like he was just like telling me about things in his life and he was just like, yeah, these tattoos right here. I was like, bro, that blew my mind. It looks so cool.
Natalie's like, oh.
Yeah, and I mean, like that's the whole thing. Like, as far as like quality goes, I mean, they're all right, But I also don't think my cousin is the type of person to really care about that. Which is more so he got it, he wanted it, that's it.
Oh my
No.
god, he Ariana Grande did.
Yeah, every other brand they did, like straight up. But yeah, like even throughout like every single time he came back with a tattoo, like even my aunt was just like, "Wow, really? Like another one?" type shit.
Oh my god, he DJ Khaled it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, and that's why like I think more so like I'm not really pushing for it. I would like one probably. Would I be one of those like addicted to it to like keep on going and get back another one, another one? Probably not.
Yeah.
But I'll be happy with 1 or 2 in my life.
Mm, that
I
makes
want a
sense.
few sleeves.
You want to
Oh my
sleeve?
god, I kind of want to do a sleeve, but not like I want to do a half sleeve, but like a vertical half sleeve, because you know how like somebody will get like from their shoulder down to like their elbow tattooed.
Yeah.
I want to get just the inside of my arm tattooed
Oh.
because I feel like I can't
Yeah, that is cool.
like shoulder tattoos.
That is a great idea I've never thought of before in my entire life, and I could do it because my mandala is already on the inside of my arm. You're blowing my mind, bro.
Yeah, because I remember the finale of one of the Ink Masters, they had to do a sleeve, and he did just like an inside sleeve, and they were like, "Is that technically a sleeve?" And it's like, "Hey, yeah, sort of," but like he got away with it. But like it was really nice, and I'm like, "Oh my god, that!" Because like I don't think I could rock shoulder tattoos, and I have like pretty hairy arms, like for like lower half of my arm, and I don't want to like get a tattoo and then it be like fuzzy. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna get like a bear and it's gonna be like, oh, you can touch it. It's so real. So that's why I want to get like an inside sleeve.
And then you could get a hedgehog,
Oh my
and then but
god.
on the hedgehog part, just half shave it to where it's like prickly, and you could be like, feel it.
It's so gross. But
Do
yeah,
it,
basically
Hannah.
that's why I'm like, nah, I'm not about that life.
Oh.
But I want to hear Natalie's tattoo ideas. Let me judge you.
She has a
Oh.
few drawings. She has a few drawings that are pretty good.
There.
Ooh, I want to see.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know right now on the FaceTime, but shoot, where I don't even know.
I mean, yeah, just explain them to me. Then you can text me later.
So one of them,
Sorry, guys, it's an exclusive.
like 5 years ago, I drew this. I don't know if what they're really called exactly, but you know those triangle type tattoos where there's like some stuff happening in the inside of it. It's kind of like a minimalistic tattoo. So I've always had an obsession with like wolves specifically, and then like I love forests. Like I've always loved like that specific like biome. Like I love forests and stuff. So in this tattoo, in the little triangle, it's like a sketch of like mountains and the woods, and then there's like a wolf howling basically. Uh and in the background, like the only coloring in this tattoo would be like northern lights, because I also have always wanted to go see northern lights. It's like one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. So there's like different like symbols in this specific tattoo, and that's like the number one tattoo I want to get.
How big's
um
the triangle?
the triangle is like maybe 2 inches by 2 inches. It's very small, but then like
Sierra, can you actually visualize that?
No, well, because I've seen the drawing, so like
No,
I
but I
can
mean like
visually.
2 inches by 2 inches. I was like, why would she ask that? I
Oh,
don't know
oh,
what
oh.
inches.
Well, I wasn't really specifically like trying to get inches. Like, are you trying to put it like? Is it gonna be like a big like thigh piece, or is it gonna be like a small like inside of the arm type of thing?
um well, technically, like if you look at my sketch, I'm actually not remembering it too. I forgot that like the actual size of it is kind of big. It's actually like uh 8, actually it's the size of your geisha, I think. But the triangle itself is small. I know that for sure. The triangle has like the northern lights and the mountains and stuff sketched into it. And then around this triangle it's like this minimalistic looking, actually he's like geometric kind of looking wolf howling. And the size
I
of the
am
wolf
very
is like,
interested.
yeah, the wolf is like the
Sorry.
size of the geisha, of like Sierra's geisha, kind of.
I'm very interested to see this sketch because I had an idea of what you were talking about, and then you said that the wolf was outside, and now I have no idea.
Yeah, yeah, I kind of forgot that fact. Like I drew this 5, 6 years ago, so I kind of don't remember myself. It's in my sketchbook somewhere.
I can visualize it, but I've seen it a lot. But for those of you who are just as stuck as Anna, you can make a guess in your head of a visualization of what you think it is, and then you can look at our Instagram page, and we'll be posting pictures of like the tattoos we have, and then for Natalie and George, like I guess some tattoos that they want. So
Yeah,
then
post our
you can
ideas on there.
visualize it. You can actually see it instead of trying to guess. But just so you guys know, it does look really cool. I've seen it.
At Peeps in a Podcast on Instagram, follow
Yes.
us.
Don't you want another one, Natalie?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure anymore if I do want this, but I've always wanted to get the equality sign. Like it's very simple, very small. Um but I always thought about getting it behind my ear because it's very small and like intimate. But it's always been a very important like concept in my life, basically being LGBT and being in a minority and all of that stuff. So like, I've always wanted like a little equality sign, basically.
But are you on the fence about it because you're just scared to have a tattoo like that
Out in
that's
the
like
open.
open and available for
Yeah, and
everyone?
I have short
Or
hair too, so it's not like I can hide it. So that's the reason why I'm kind of on the fence about that one.
Well, do you mean like you don't want it to be seen so people don't know that you're part of the community,
No,
or
it's just
because you don't want people to see you
professional
have a tattoo that's behind
purposes.
your ear?
Like because I'm gonna be an architect, so I don't know how the older generation of architects are. Like if I were to present a project to like a panel of like older guys and like let's just say they see like a
mm,
peep of tattoos, I don't know how they would react. So that's
screw them, they gonna die anyways.
oh
I
my.
feel like equality symbol though is it's just two lines, no?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
So I don't think anybody would notice if it's like behind your ear.
True.
But I think like a lot of people just also get those on their fingers, but that is for sure like something that can be seen, especially because you have
Um
very small fingers.
yeah, oh my fingers are so
I
tiny.
don't know why I put my hands up like that,
It's
but
just you look like you're throwing up a gang sign.
but I think it would still work behind your ear personally.
Yeah.
That's a that's a good thing that you brought up. That's I was gonna ask you guys that, like, do you think that the world is changing? Because like the only reason why, like, me getting this tattoo on my arm was kind of like pushing it for me because it peeks out of like my short sleeve shirts. But the only reason, I mean, not the only reason, but like a big reason as to why I have the tattoos where I have them is because I'm trying to hide them. Like my mom always told me and kind of brainwashed me, like, I guess for a good reason, that like I shouldn't, if I do get tattoos, that they shouldn't be visible just in case someone does have a prejudice. But do you think
Mm,
the world is changing or do you think it's going to be the same?
I think it's like a case by case basis because I feel like some
yeah.
companies don't care and some companies like really do. Because like you'll see a lot of nurses and especially I was gonna say doctors, but I don't know. But like a lot of nurses like have visible
Yeah.
tattoos
I've seen them.
and like
Doctors too.
yeah, okay, then doc like I think the medical profession is more lenient toward it now.
Yeah, it's
Um,
like, what are you going to do? Like, don't save my life. You have a tattoo. Like,
exactly. But I mean I would like to believe that things are getting better because it's like I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty good at what I do. Like am a really good worker and I think I had a lot of, good good stuff
benefits,
good stuff. Like I'm an asset to my company, right?
assets.
And like the fact that I have ink on my skin has nothing to do with anything. And I think
That's true.
that just goes with everybody. Like just because you have a tattoo or seven, like it doesn't affect how you do a certain job or how you live your life. Unless you have like my voice just cracked there.
Mhm.
But unless you have like tattoos all over your face
Oh
and it's
god,
like
no, no.
bloodsucker or
God,
whatever
no.
on your lips, like you're probably a normal run of the mill person. But I feel like a lot like the newer generations, more people have tattoos, so it's kind of like that whole idea of like, well, they can't fire all of us,
Mhm.
so
That's true.
it's like catch up or get out, basically.
Yeah, I mean, oh, like more and more people are nowadays getting tattoos and stuff and uh like the best doctor can have like a snake on his back, but like he's saving lives, so what the fuck are they going to do? Like they need to keep him, so uh yeah, I think they're going to have to like catch up with the times basically. Like I agree.
Well, how do you think about like body modifications then? Like, or do you guys judge people for that? Like, okay, let's say someone like, and I'm not talking about like, oh my god, you have a nose ring, like get that out of here. I'm talking about like if someone has like, I don't know, like their dimples pierced. You know how girls do that and they get their dimples pierced? Or like
Oh
people
yeah.
get snake bites and so they have like two lip rings or they have like the two lip rings on one side or like the eyebrow piercing with like the chain to like the ear. Like, how do you guys feel about like that type of stuff?
Did you say dimples or nipples?
Oh, well, I mean both, but like dimples.
Dimples, like face
Yeah.
dimples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to clarify that. Um, I don't care. I see if I see people with those piercings, like especially like cheek piercings, I'm like, I know how you get those. Like that's like an anchor piercing, you know? So or like the ones like in your chest. Those are anchor piercings that have to
Oh.
be surgically removed.
Oh, like studs.
Oh
Oh,
my
Yeah.
yeah.
god.
I'm like
Ouch.
if I'm ever looking at somebody, like I'm genuinely interested in their whole look. They're like, I've never judged anybody on it. Like, would I do it? No. But if they want to do it, sure, go for it. It's literally not affecting me. Like, just don't be an asshole about it, you know? Like, and I mean that as in, like, don't be an asshole and judge other people for what they decide to
Mhm.
put on or take off from their bodies, you know?
Yeah,
Would you
I'm
guys
on
get
the
more
same
piercings?
wave.
No.
I would not get more piercings, no. I don't like piercings on myself.
I've always wanted a industrial piercing. And I've always kind of wanted nipple piercings, but like that's how I feel when I think about them. I'm just like like if I could wake up one day and like then I have nipple piercings, it's like woo, like happy day, you know? But like thinking about getting it is like that shit is like I feel it in my nipples. Like when you see when you're a dude, I almost said when you see someone get kicked in the balls. Like, but when you're a dude and you see someone get kicked in the balls and you just feel it in your balls, like that's how I feel about my nipples getting pierced.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, like how you like flinch, like when you see someone and they like get a cut and you're just like oh, like you could feel it. Like that's how guys feel
Sympathy
when they
pain.
see someone get kicked in the balls.
I was asking George because he's the only one with balls, but thank you,
Oh,
Sierra.
But I don't have nipple
sorry.
piercings either. So
I used you what, George?
I said I do have balls, but I don't have nipple piercings, so I can't compare.
But I was asking you to talk to what Sierra said about like if you see somebody get kicked in the balls, your balls hurt.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like you feel their pain.
I just know that because I used to. I mean, like when I say used to, I mean like real young, like 4 or like 5. I used to kick my brother in the balls,
Oh my god!
and my dad would be like, "Ah, that hurt."
Wait,
But
so he
like
wouldn't do
he
anything
would be.
about you kicking your brother in the balls, but he'd be like,
Well, I
"Oh
mean,
shit."
yeah, like after he like flinched. That's how I knew that it would hurt him because he'd be like, "Ah," and then he'd be like, "Don't do that," and it's like, "Oh well, now I know."
Wow.
Your dad is like, oh, Bobby just got fucking owned.
By the way, don't do that.
But yeah, I think it's safe to say that all of us are pro tattoos, pro body modification. Like, you do you, boo boo. You do you.
Yep.
Because just no one is in any place to judge somebody else
It's your
on their
own life to
appearance or
live.
their choices. Like,
I
don't
think
be an
I judge people
Sure.
when they have a bunch of intense facial piercings or like a bunch of intense any kind of piercings. I do judge them, but like in the way where I'm just like, damn, you're a badass. I'd never fuck with you. Like, you know the amount of pain you went through to get a stud like on your titty? Like you got a stud on your titty. Like that's gotta hurt. I'm never
yeah.
fucking with you.
Yeah, like a lot of piercings just take dedication. Like my sister, she has her industrial pierced, and that shit hurt. Like they said that it would take up to a year to fully heal, and that shit hurt her every single day up until exactly a year after she got it done. So, and my
Damn.
mom was always like, she would see her in pain, and my mom was like, "Take it out. Just it's not worth it. Take the piercing out. You'll feel better." And God was like, "No, it just had to let it heal." And she committed to that.
Strong woman. Because fun fact about me, I've had my ears pierced 3 times.
Because you keep letting them close.
Yeah, because they would hurt like my one ear. Like it was always my right ear. And it would like, not that it would get infected, but you know how sometimes like just healing sucks. So like the one ear would hurt so bad, like so ridiculously bad. And so I would always quit. Like the first time I did it, I was like 8 or like 9. And I was like, no, 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 none of this. Like this is not worth it. And then the second time I did it, I was probably like 11. And I was like, nope, none of this. No, 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 no. And then I was going into high school and it was like 8th grade and I remember it took me so long to convince my mom because like who would believe me? It's like, well, you convinced me the first time to get it done again. Like, but why would I do it a second time? You know, you already convinced me once. But I finally convinced her and she let me do it going into high school and I almost didn't do it, but people had already seen me like with it and it was in like high school and I was just like, okay, well, I guess I'm keeping it because now people are going to know that I'm a little bitch if I take it out. So
Oh, that's funny.
so honestly,
I just
honestly, social pressure made me still have earrings to this day. So thank you guys.
shout
'Cause I
out to
like
all
them
the
now.
peers.
Yeah, all the peers and all the pressures. Thanks. But Carol convinced me not to get an industrial. That's the only reason why I don't have an industrial. Is because you kept
Who did?
saying, Carol, you were like, oh, my sister has it. Let me ask her. And you asked her, and she was like, don't do it. Like, I'm not telling you not to do it, but don't. And it's like, oh, well, maybe I
That's not what
won't.
she said. She said, don't do it unless you really want it. Because, like I said, it hurt her every single day for an entire year. It hurt her 365 days in a row. And she really had to push through that in order to have the piercing today. So
Exactly.
that's what she says for everybody. It's like this is not a piercing that you get in passing. It's not like, oh my god, like let's go get piercings like on a whim. Like no, this is a piercing you get if you actually genuinely deeply want it and are going to withstand the pain for it.
Yeah, see? And that ain't me. She,
Yeah.
that ain't
So that's
me. I might still get it one day, but that ain't me.
we'll get drunk and we'll end up at a tattoo parlor. I've always wanted to do that and nobody's up for it.
What? I'll be down to do it.
You can't get drunk and get a tattoo.
Okay,
They make you
Mom.
sign paperwork nowadays.
Well, not like blackout drunk, but like a little tipsy.
Oh yeah, they
Just a little
definitely. As
bit.
long as you can say your name, and when they say, "Can I see your ID?" you can hand it to them. You're fine.
Exactly. But yeah, maybe one day, Natalie, you and me,
Yes.
whenever you move out, we'll
Hell
get drunk.
yeah.
We'll go.
Fuck yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. We're moving out in
No,
September.
Sierra, you're not invited anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. Natalie convinced me not to get nipple piercings.
Get nipple piercings.
Thank
George
you,
is
George.
very pro nipple piercing.
Yeah, I'm pro nipple piercings.
Well, because I think I would look hot with nipple piercings, but like to Natalie, nipple piercings is indifferent. Like she doesn't think they're hot, but she doesn't think they're not hot. It's just kind of like an accessory, like when people wear bracelets. And like, I don't know. I feel
But
like
it's an accessory you can't take off.
yeah, that's my point. It's like, well, if it's not gonna add anything to the relationship, that's the only thing I care about. So I'll probably wait, but maybe one day. Maybe
I
one
mean,
day.
you can also get it, just for you.
I was thinking that, George, but then I was also thinking about how sometimes you lose sensitivity, and then also for 6 months, no one can lick them. Like, come on. I don't know if
Importance
I'm
right
ready to
there.
give that up. I'm not. I don't know if I'm at that stage in my life where I can just give up titty licking, you know? So
Hold on,
I'm really
you said
so sorry if anyone's parents. I forgot that anyone can listen to this. And like Anna's mom, I'm so sorry for saying titty so many times this
guys,
episode.
guys,
Hey,
hold on.
I
No,
have a
no, no. I have my first. Hold on. Sierra has her priorities straight.
Hey.
guess you could say they're titty licking good.
Wow.
Yes, high five. Both win. We both won. All right, guys. Before we say something or anything worse, thank you guys so much for joining us on this week's episode of the Peeps in a Podcast. We finally did our tattoo discussion. It's been a long time coming. I know we only have like 6-7 episodes, but it was still a long time coming. It was like something we were gonna do from like day one, basically. But we finally did it. So yes, tune in next week where we're going to talk about something else and 17 other topics because we don't know how to stay on topic. Follow us on Instagram. It's at Peeps in a Podcast. There you can check out all of our tattoos, all of our tattoo ideas. Maybe give us some of your tattoo ideas. And yeah, we'll tattoo it up. We'll tat chat. I like that. Follow all of us individually.
Tit for tat.
Follow all of us individually on Instagram. If you're on YouTube, those links will be down below. And yeah, thanks for coming
Bye, guys.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Ta-ta. Ta-ta. Titty.
Tita. Titty, 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 titty.
Titty, titty, bang, bang.
Titty, titty, bang, bang. Damn it, it was right there. It was right there.
That's a good. I am so disappointed in how many times I said the word titty this episode.